Hey there. I know it has been a while, but I'm hungry. And I thought, what the heck? Let's drag you along. So today on Eatin Cheats, we are going to make the perfect grilled ham and cheese sandwich. So we have the ingredients here: ham, cheese, bread, butter. So you take your knife. It's not a sharp one, so I'm allowed to play with this one. Usually I'm not, but these are okay. They're allowed because it's plastic, and I can't hurt myself overly much, or anyone else. So you get yourself some bread. I get this stuff because, quite honestly, it's kind of cheap. And a loaf never goes TU before you finish it. I find that to be a little frightening because it's a huge loaf of bread, but it will last. So I get it. I was just getting rolls for 50 cents or whatever, little package of those, or the King's Hawaiian rolls. I was doing those for a while, but that gets expensive. And if I can make a whole loaf of bread actually work for me, that's cool. And there is a store in town that has, it's actually in the Tyson Wells tent market area, just a little bit outside of town on the other side of the 10. And they have a grocery store that's really got some great deals. Actually, there are a few stores around town with really great deals. I mean, everything isn't necessarily going to last a long time. Some of it is actually technically expired, but it's canned goods, and those are always good for a while after the date anyway. So what I'm doing, I'm making my butter good and smushy here, because even though it's spreadable, it's been in the fridge. So you just mash it around a little bit, and then butter your bread real good. And get some more, mash it around. Yeah, so anyway, the discount markets in town, worth it for a number of things. Pastas, cereals, they got some really good deals on that kind of stuff. And it's name brand cereal too. You know, if you're into that. They had enough things when I was walking through yesterday that I'm definitely going to go back with some cash and do some shopping there. Actually at a few stores, but in this town, you have to know cash rules. It is king in this town. Okay. Now, normally you hope this doesn't happen, but you want butter side down. Boom. Stay. Behave. Sit. Good bread. And then butter up this side of this one. Now, some people are ballsy and they've already got the heat on and they got that bread starting to brown while they're doing all this other stuff. Me, I don't have those kind of cojones. I get everything ready and then I started cooking. So I'm a prep and then a cook. So I guess I'm a prep cook. And you want to butter them good all the way to the edges if you can, because you want them nice and brown. You don't want them sticking. And, if you're making these for, a date or something, you want to impress them with how awesome your grilled cheese sandwich or grilled meat and cheese, whatever you grabbed your fern there. Okay. There we go. Now you are ready to receive. Ugh. You are done. Wait over there. Okay. There. Next we unwrap the cheese. I got the extra thick slices because I'm just wild and crazy like that. Well, you're going to go on one side, you're going to go on the other. So you put a piece of cheese on the bread. And as you can see with this small bread, it kind of fits perfectly on there. You don't want it totally to the edge because then when it melts, it's going to be falling off. You're already going to lose a little at the corners, but that's okay. This is life. Corners are going to happen. Pop the other one. Oh. Oh, Dad. Now we go for the ham. I like to get this stuff because when you're done with the food, you got a container, a storage container. And if you put stuff in there that gets really gross, you can throw it away because it's not like you paid for the container. You paid for the meat and you've already eaten that. First thing you do, give it a sniff when it comes out of the package. Make sure it's still cool. When you get meat, always give it a sniff when you first get it so you know what it's supposed to smell like. And then kind of make sure that's what you're getting as you're using it. Because the last thing you want is meat that's a little over the edge. Trust me. Oh, trust me on that. I have had food poisoning way too many times. It's not fun, not at all. I don't recommend it to anyone. Okay, so then you peel off your little slices of ham. Set them on the cheese over here. Boom. Oh, don't get in the butter, you goofball. Butterball's for turkeys, not for hams. Okay. Oh, I know there's another one. There we go. There's always a split somewhere. You just got to find it. Okay. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. The other slice de queso. And the other piece of bread, butter side up to match that piece. Oh, darling, that's gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. Wipe my paws here. Okay. One thing about Butterfingers, you drop stuff if you have Butterfingers. Always wipe the butter off your fingers. There's a reason they call it that. Butter makes you do that. Okay. Wrap the meat up as best you can. Sometimes I put it in a baggie as well, but so far this works fairly decently. I only got one serving left in there. So you're going to go back in the fridge. You're going to go back in the fridge. And I've got another slice here just in case I want to nibble while that's cooking, because that happens. I'm weird. You should know that by now. I'm weird lots of ways. This is but one. Ugh, can't reach the trash. So that's okay. I gotta get up and do stuff now. Alrighty. Ugh. Are we ready for this? I know I am. Let's bring you a little closer so you can see the action here. It's actually so windy today. I've got a sandbag on the tripod. I'm in the tent. I've still got a sandbag on that tripod. I'm not taking any chances. Alrighty, so we have our little stove here. I checked the gas. There seems to be enough for this project. So we engage. No hissing. Good. Get a flame going on this. Come on. As you can see, I do not have my gloves on today. And these aren't always easy for me to wrangle. Okay, so we got a nice flame. I'm going to take this down nice and low. I don't cook nothing fast, nothing on high. That's just asking for trouble, actually. Because you get a little bit distracted, next thing you know, boom, your stuff is not happy. And you still have to eat it because you made it and you're not going to waste food. So what we're doing is we're letting that bottom layer get nice and slowly browned and get the heat through to get that first piece of cheese there. And then once I start either seeing a little bubbling around the edges from the butter, because it's going to start browning and bubbling and melting, or I just, take a peek every once in a while, especially if it's starting to sound a little done. It's hard to pick up, and it's a thing you learn as you go along. But there is a sound to doneness for a lot of items. It's kind of cool. Let's nibble some cheese. Sorry to be eating in front of you, but I'll be honest, I have not eaten all day, and evening is upon us. So I'm going to nibble. See, I'm starting to see a little bubbling along here already. Gas cooks so fast. So what you do, just to cover your butt, you peek. Come on, get under there. Okay. I mean, it still pretty much looks like just melted butter under there. There's no browning. And that's what you want to keep an eye out for, is when it starts to brown. We're not looking for dark brown or cinder. We just want a nicely browned sandwich with melty cheese. That is the goal. I've been looking forward to this, but between the hands, the shoulder, the rib, I really haven't been able to do a whole lot. And I had dishes to do before I could do anything else. And I couldn't do my dishes. I just couldn't. Trust me. And today I rented myself an angel. The young man that came with Lori when they came to rescue me, when I threw out a call for help because I couldn't get to my meds. And they would have helped a whole lot, make me feel better, which they did. Thank you, Lori. But they just kind of met each other and they were palling around. So he was with her that day. And over in her area, of course, he's the only kid. And so he takes out trash and does projects. Make a buck or two. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ugh. I always have a cheater. I'm not good enough to just get under there and flip it. Okay. Boom. Oh, you are a thing of beauty. Can you see that? Can you see how gorgeously brown that is? Oh, I'm in love already. And the cheese, I can see it's melty there. Now this side's going to go a little faster because the pan's already good and hot. The other side had to kind of heat up a little bit. Let's see if I can turn this down just a scotch more. Hey, I got my scotch. Sometimes it's a crapshoot, but you got to look for the blue, which can be hard to see during the day. Because there's not a whole lot of orange on these flames. They're just really good and blue and hot. Which is why stuff cooks so fast. Let's just keep an eye on it. See if that bottom piece of cheese is starting to look a little relaxed. Okay, it's already starting to get kind of brown, so you definitely have to keep an eye on the other side. It goes faster. I'm telling you, it is seriously windy outside. I know there are mountains almost all the way around us. For the most part, you can't see them. You have to remember, oh yeah, they were there. Saw them yesterday. The sun set on them is gorgeous. But you ain't seeing them now. The ones that I'm assuming are the Sawtooth Mountains, because they look very sawtoothy. Actually, it looks like broken mouth toothy, but sawtoothy. Those you can't see at all. And they're just right over yonder that way. But can't tell it by looking. Okay, how you doing, baby? Oh, you are absolutely stunning, I'm telling you. Okay, give it one more flip here. Here we go. It's nice and, well, can you see that? It's nice and melty around the edge there. You can see the melty, cheesy. So let's give it another second on that side, another second on that side. And while we're doing that, I'm going to put this other stuff back in the fridge, because stuff that you get out of the fridge has to go back into the fridge fairly quickly. There's a reason you're supposed to keep it cold. Ta-da! I love this little fridge. Thank you, my fridge angel. Can't imagine life without it at this point. Hello, I'm back. That's more. Okay. Oh, look at that. Trust me, that's a blooming thing of beauty, that. I mean, look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? Just nicely browned. Cheese is melty. Oh, joy. Oh, yay. This is going to be so yummy. Boink. Oh, no. You're supposed to rip along the perforation. That's what a wimp I've become, and my hands are so crappy. It's like, you can't even hold on to that and get a perf to rip. Come on. It's frustrating, I tell you. Alrighty. I am deeming this absolutely and utterly perfect. So off. Boing. Always boing your gas. Come here, you. Excuse-moi. Just to prove to you how perfect it is on both sides. Both sides. Look at that. Oh, mwah. I'm so good. Let's see, flame's definitely off. Okay. And this, my friends, is how you make the perfect grilled cheese, grilled ham and cheese, grilled turkey and cheese, grilled whatever and cheese, grilled whatever. The thing is, it's got to be grilled. And that's what you just did. You buttered it. You applied heat on both sides, melted the cheese. It's grilled. It's also could be called a turkey melt or a ham melt, because you melt the cheese, and that's calling it a day. I'm going to be absolutely freaky and actually cut this. Usually I'm barbaric and I'll just pick the whole thing up and shove it in my face. Apparently I'm having a dainty day. Okay, come on. Let go, please. Thank you. You can see how nice and gooey that cheese is. Sheer perfection. So, here is where I bid you a fond adieu, because I am going to snarf this bad boy, and it's not going to be pretty. It'll be quick, and it'll be enjoyed, but not doing that in front of you. So, I hope you learned something, and yeah. Now, this is as close to normal as I get, as, making fabulous whatever I make. I make it as fabulous as I can, but that's it. So you guys go out there, you work your own fabulosity, because I know you've got some. Just bunches of it. So pull it out, mix it up, throw it around, let people else see how awesome you are. And then go make yourself a nice sandwich, have some dinner. I will catch you down the road. Shutterbug out.